So Lucas and I made a pretty crazy decision. We have decided to sign up for our very first marathon at Disney World. Hey guys, as I'm filming this clip, today is April 15th, 2022. I thought that I would pick up the camera and document this season of decision, as I like to call it. Basically the beginning of a very long but exciting journey. We have spent the last couple of weeks really thinking about whether or not we wanted to go through with this crazy dream that we had. I mean, it's a really big commitment. Lucas and I will be training for our very first marathon. That's 26.2 miles. Now I know I have a little bit of explaining to do. Lucas very much works out and runs on a regular basis. He actually runs multiple times a week. Lucas has actually also ran a half marathon before. He ran one over in Afghanistan during his deployment in 2019. I, on the other hand, have been going on some walks and some light jogs on the treadmill a couple times a week, and that's on a good week. What business does Jen have trying to run 26.2 miles? Pre-pandemic, I was really into running. I wasn't out there breaking records at races, but I have participated in my fair share of 5Ks, 10Ks, and 12Ks. A 12K converts to about 7.4 miles, which is a lot. That's a good amount of miles, but it definitely isn't 26.2. At the time that I'm filming this, I don't even think I can fully wrap my head around the idea of 26.2 miles, but hopefully by January of 2023, I'll be able to envision 26.2 miles of running, which brings me to try and explain and kind of remind myself why I decided to ask Lucas to run a 26.2 mile race with me, because believe it or not, this actually was my idea. I know, that's hard to believe, right? There are many small reasons as to why I wanted to run this race, but there are also three big reasons that I want to talk about today. So reason number one, I have always wanted to see what my body is truly capable of, both physically and mentally. Can I complete a 26.2 mile race? I'll never really know until I try. So I'd love the opportunity to try and check this off my bucket list. Again, I'm not trying to win any awards or beat a certain time. I simply just want to train and complete my very first marathon without injury. The second reason I have decided to run this race, I exercise more when I have a structured training plan and a goal set in mind. I'm just honestly not one of those people who like to work out just for the love of working out. I wish I was, but I'm not. While I do love the feeling of power and accomplishment that happens after a workout, sometimes it's just not enough to keep me pushing my limits every week. So once I heard about Jeff Galloway's run, walk, run training method, I figured that I wanted to give it my best try. I'm also really hoping that the set structure and the scheduled runs will really hold me accountable to running and pushing my body more and more as the weeks go on. And the third reason, and that is, I would think an obvious one, Disney World. Why wouldn't I run to go see Mickey Mouse? My ultimate goal is to really finish 26.2 miles, no matter what my time looks like. But at the end of the day, if for some reason my body truly just can't handle it, at least I get to go to Disney World. At least I get to enjoy however much of the race I'm able to do. A Disney marathon is still an incredible challenge, but it's nothing like, say, the Boston Marathon or the New York Marathon. While runners are still very dedicated to committing 26.2 miles, RunDisney also emphasizes a lot more on the fun aspects of a day of racing. I have read that there are usually plenty of Disney characters that cheer you on while you're running. Runners tend to get super decked out on really thematic costumes and running outfits. And how cool would it be to run to Cinderella Castle and around Epcot? I might not be that motivated to sign up for just any other marathon, but a RunDisney marathon? Sign me up. Thankfully, my husband has found his own reasons as to wanting to do this with me, so we will be tackling this challenge together, and he will be going on this training journey with me. Again, he is definitely more the long distance runner than I am, so his guidance and support will be very much appreciated throughout the training process. To top it all off, I have also roped in my older brother Joe and maybe even his girlfriend Stacy to run the marathon with us. Stay tuned. Happy registration day. It is currently 9 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday, April 19th, 2022. So that means that registration for all races for the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend will be going live in less than an hour. So that includes the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, the marathon, which is what we will be signing up for, as well as all the challenges as well, like the Goofy and the Dopey challenge. Because this is Run Disney's 30th anniversary for the Disney Marathon, I have a strong speculation that it's going to be very difficult to get bibs. Now, if you're not familiar with Run Disney races, it can get competitive. I've been told that, you know, the 2021 and the 2022 registrations sold out within hours, and so I have a feeling like this is going to be one of those instances as well. So fingers crossed we can get our bibs. Registration technically starts at 10 a.m. Eastern. Now, I did do some reading to prepare for registration day, as I've been hearing that it can kind of be chaotic. So I have heard and I have learned that the registration waiting room can open up to 20 minutes before 10 a.m. Starting at around 9:30, Lucas and I are both going to be ready and in front of our computers, which I have sitting in my lap right now, ready to refresh the page as much as we need to so we can see if we can get into the waiting room a few minutes early. We have the next couple of hours blocked in our schedules to just kind of focus on registration, and fingers crossed that all four of us get our bibs for the Walt Disney World Marathon. Wish us luck. Checking in to update you guys that we are super happy that all four of us got our bibs for the marathon. It was a wild ride today to get them, but we got them. At around 9:40 a.m. Eastern, we were able to get into the waiting room. So this isn't the active queue to register, but it was kind of like the waiting room. What I read online proved to be true in that they opened the waiting room about 20 minutes before 10 a.m. And so we were pretty much staring at a spinning circle for a few hours. Wanted to make sure that our queue wasn't just the only ones that were stuck, and so I actually logged into Facebook to keep an eye on the Run Disney Facebook page, and it actually looked like around 9:50 the website had crashed. Runners weren't even able to open the website at all, and so those who were in the queue were told to stay in the queue. The website ended up being down for 3 hours before Run Disney made a final announcement saying that they were going to fix the bugs and reopen registration at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Once we finally got into the active waiting queue, we had a little bit of luck and we were told that we had under a 30-minute wait time, which was great because we were reading that a lot of people had over an hour wait. And so our understanding is that regardless of us waiting in queue since 9:40, it had no effect. Once the active registration queue opens up, randomly places you into a spot in line. And so thankfully we got really lucky and we were placed a little bit towards the front, enough so that we were able to secure our marathon bibs. And so I signed both Lucas and I up for the marathon, and then over on the West Coast, my brother signed up him and Stacy. And so yes, all four of us will be going to run the Run Disney Walt Disney World Marathon in Orlando, Florida in January 2023. It also makes it that much more exciting that I'll get to run with 3 of my very favorite people. Stay tuned for how we're going to be training for this marathon. I promise you that we have put a lot of thought into how we're going to get prepared for this. This is not some easy feat. We know it's going to be a huge challenge, and so we are ready. We're committing to the effort that we'll need to put in to have a successful race, and I am so excited to bring you guys along for the journey. I know it's going to be a whirlwind of emotions. I'm sure there will be good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to show you guys all of it. I can't wait to get started. Hope you guys will join us along for the ride. Let me know down in the comments below if you've signed up for a Run Disney race in the past, or if you are also planning to run the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend. I would love to cheer you on as we take on this amazing challenge. So feel free to connect with me down below. I'd love to chat all things Run Disney, but until the next video, I'll talk to you guys soon.